I'm here at the HTC booth and I've got the M9 in my hand, and the first look you'll realize it doesn't look much different from the previous generation M8, and I'm not actually complaining because I love the design of the M8. The big difference that you will notice here is that the power button has shifted to the right, and it's a great thing because a phone this size, 5-inch screen, it's more convenient to unlock it from the side rather than to reach for it on the top. The other big change you will notice is right here at the back, a much needed change. A lot of people complained about the camera performance on the M8. This time HTC has heard everyone, bumped it up to a 20 megapixel sensor, and it's coated with sapphire crystal, the same stuff that's on the iPhone 6. So this phone oozes the whole premium feel that the iPhone 6 offers in, on the other side. But other than that, Snapdragon 810 processor, 64-bit operating system, 3 GB of RAM, internal memory at 32 GB, and of course this is expandable via micro SD card. And the front-firing speakers, what's interesting is they are the best in class. They were the best in class in the M8, but now this time on the M9 they're certified by Dolby to give you 5.1 surround sound. I've heard them, they're good, they're probably better than the previous generation, but to truly experience that surround sound, you have to be in the perfect setting. I tried out the phone for a couple of minutes, and for an M8 user, I couldn't see much reason to upgrade to the M9 unless I'm really desperate for that camera. Also, the matte finish now gives way to a more glossy finish, which takes away from the subtlety from its previous designs. But overall, this is a strong contender for anyone considering a premium Android experience. Microsoft announced two new devices in the mid-range segment, the Lumia 640 and the 640 XL. Both the devices come with 720p screens, which is not the sharpest compared to the Full HD and 2K screens these days. The 640 has a 5-inch display and the 640 XL comes with a larger 5.7-inch display. We prefer the look and feel of the XL because of the matte finish, and it also has a bumped up 13 megapixel camera with Zeiss optics that has been so popular amongst Lumia smartphones. Sony failed to show up with the hyped Xperia Z4, probably delaying it for a summer launch, but they did have the Z4 tablet on display. It comes with a 10.1-inch screen and all the bells and whistles in terms of processing power. It also boasts of a waterproof design just like previous Xperia devices, but the biggest highlight is that it's incredibly light for its size, 392 grams only. I'm at the Samsung booth at MWC, and you can see there's a lot of buzz around, and it's essentially because of these two devices, the S6 Edge and the regular Galaxy S6. Now, Samsung actually has been getting a lot of praises for its new design. It's let go of the plastic, it's all metal and glass. Even the back is completely glass. The S6 Edge, of course, has the dual-sided edge screen, which the regular S6 doesn't have. That's essentially the basic difference between the two devices. Both the devices are powered by Snapdragon 810 processor, 3 GB of DDR4 RAM, 64-bit operating system, and a 16 megapixel camera. The other good thing is something that needed a lot of improvement is the fingerprint scanner in the previous generation S5. Initially you had to swipe over it and it didn't work very well, but Samsung seems to have improved in that. It's no longer a swipe, it's just a press on the button, and I think all in all there'll be a lot of takers for these devices. There are some other features related to the Edge screen like checking notifications, and this is the first smartphone from Samsung that feels like a deviation from their design philosophy. Some people might say that this is inspired by other smartphones, and some would even say that it's copied. But the Edge does stand out. No other phone carries this shape with curved screens. So the question is there any improvement in functionality? Maybe not. At least not till they release a Scrabble version only for the S6 Edge. But jokes aside, is it something that you want to own? Well, when Samsung ditches all plastic to go with a glass and metal phone, everybody gets interested. But do expect to pay a premium price for this. LG is giving Samsung a tough fight in the white goods segment, but when it comes to smartphones, it's trailing behind. This year, it was just about the upgraded G Flex 2. This one comes with a 5.5-inch Full HD curved display, and it has all the processing power and camera capabilities as seen on the G3. This will also be available in two variants, 2GB RAM with 16GB memory and a bumped up 3GB RAM with 32GB of internal memory. There is still more to come from our MWC coverage. Catch us next week as we look at some of the cool smartwatches and everything that is going beyond the wearable space, including the Internet of Things.